Today we have a question from Rachel in Georgia. Let's get into it. Hey Nick, thanks for all your videos and guides. I really love the referral engine and have implemented it in my freelance writing business and have already recommended it to a few friends. They love it. Thanks, Rachel. Anyways, I have a new business idea that I really want to start, but I'm not 100% sure it's going to be successful. I'm stuck in research mode and really want to move forward, but don't know how. How do I ensure my business's success when no one else has done what I want to do? Thanks. Rachel, this question is probably the most common question I get from all sorts of aspiring entrepreneurs, aspiring freelancers, or anyone trying to transition out of their job. Almost everyone wants assurance that they're going to be successful. And while I wish I could say that guaranteed you're going to be successful, there's really two skills that every entrepreneur has to learn to develop in order to ensure their success. If you master these two skills, there's nothing that's going to stop you from being successful. So I think it's time to have an honest conversation because no one else is talking about this. So let's get into it. The first skill you have to master as an entrepreneur is resilience. At the end of the day, are you willing to get up one more time than you fall down? I know that's super cliche, but it really comes down to that. When I first started my first business, I had a pretty successful t-shirt company. I was selling the best University of Central Florida t-shirts, and I wasn't violating trademark, but suddenly my college that I was attending wanted to change their name and how they were marketing it. They went from the UCF Golden Knights to the UCF Knights, and some of my apparel had Knights on it, and they were similar colors, and the college shut me down. I basically got a cease and desist notice when I was in college from the college I was attending. And I remember going into student legal services being like, what does this mean? And they're like, we can't help you with this. And so I found out that I had to choose between getting kicked out of college or shutting down my business. And I was faced with this interesting situation. I mean, I'd spent 9 months of my life in Photoshop, building templates, learning about t-shirt printing. And suddenly I had to have my baby taken away from me, or I had to find a different college to go to. It was a tough choice. At that point in time, I decided I would shut down my business, give up my inventory, and just cut it as a loss. I didn't know what I was going to do next, but I knew that I was willing to keep trying. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. So the next project I started, I did 4 months of research and had over $1,000 in legal fees when I was in college, and it still never even launched. And what's interesting is I look back at those times and said, yeah, I could have given up. And I was going to actually get a job at Subway, $10 an hour, when I stumbled upon an opportunity that would allow me to use the two skills that I had just developed in both of those two opportunities to the best. It was perfect for me. Like, those two skills were made for that job. And so whether you're going to be successful in this business, I can't tell you. But what I can tell you is that if you do fall down and you get scraped, and it might hurt and it might suck in the moment, but that skin is going to grow back firmer. And it's building up your skills and your endurance as an entrepreneur. And it's that skill of resilience and the willingness to go out there, fall down, and get back up. That's going to determine your success. Second is resourcefulness. And when I talk with entrepreneurs, I've talked to thousands, and I've mentored over 100 one-on-one. I can tell if someone's going to be successful based on their level of resourcefulness. Resourcefulness is your ability to see where you're at now versus where you want to go. And your ability to take your first step after that, on that journey. Yeah, sure, your path might look like, I want to go this direction, and you start heading this way, and then you head this way, and then you head this way. But your ability to see where you want to go and ultimately end up at your destination, knowing that the only way you're going to get there is taking that first step, that is the key to long-term success. So whether you're going to be an entrepreneur or be successful at anything, if you're resourceful and resilient, at the end of the day, nothing's going to stop you. And the interesting piece of advice that I always reference is I remember in college, the first time I uploaded a photo to Facebook. Facebook was this new thing back then. It was like, oh, cool, find a couple girls in class, find out who my roommates are, this is fun. And I signed up, uploaded my first picture, and I was like, wow, I don't know if this is gonna be around in a few months, but hey, let's try it out. It was fun. 9 years later, they're still doing the same thing. Yeah, sure, they've fallen down and they've gotten a few rug burns and road rashes. If you're into marketing, you might remember their flyer software. It was the worst marketing tool out there. And now Facebook has some of the best online advertising available. They just kept going. Really focus on being resourceful and resilient, and nothing can stop you. Because at the end of the day, you determine whether your project is going to be successful. Yeah, you need to make sure that the financing works and that you have a marketing strategy and that you've thought things through. But at the end of the day, focus on being resourceful and resilient, and nothing can stop you. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, but I know that the entrepreneurial journey can be hard. So we have a community over at nicholasreese.com, and I specifically think if you enjoyed this video, you'll like the cold shower challenge. There's a group of people that are taking cold showers every day for a month. It's a great metaphor to understand how you act in uncomfortable situations, such as making tough decisions when you're an entrepreneur. I'm Nick Reese, and I'll talk to you soon.